Hello everyone, and welcome to Cuphead Inkwell Au3 playthrough. This video will show you the boss battles, the run and gun levels, the secret path, and coins available in Inkwell Au3. In Honeycomb Herald, you will fight against Rumor Honeybottoms. In the first phase, you will fight against the security bee. He moves around the map placing mines that will explode into 6 pieces. Try to get the parry if you can, but don't go out of your way. There are also working bees that appear. They hinder your movement, but they are not much of a threat. In the second phase, you will be facing off against Rumor. Rumor can either come down in the middle or on the sides. When she comes down in the middle, she spits out bullets that traverse upwards in an S-shaped pattern. When she comes from the sides, she summons projectiles. She can summon a ball which tracks you down. You can parry this ball, so it shouldn't be too much of an issue. It might be slightly difficult once Rumor summons the second one. In the third phase, Rumor transforms into a plane. She has 2 attacks in this form. She can shoot hands that hone in on your position and can transform one of her wings to a saw and attack from the sides. For the saw attack, see which way she is leaning towards, and that is the direction where the attack will be coming from. Before moving on, the other projectile Rumor can summon in her second phase is a purple triangle that shoots projectiles out of its 3 tips. This one is probably harder to dodge than the ball that she summons. In Shootin and Looting, you will fight against Captain Briny Beard. Briny Beard is a bit weird as in his first 3 phases, additional attacks are added to the fight instead of different phases. When you start the fight, he will shoot you with an octopus with some projectiles that can be parried, with the barrel above, hovering left to right. The barrel will drop when it's angry, but remains on top when smiling. The parry is easy to get, but be careful of the barrel's position when going for them. After taking enough damage, Briny Beard will start to summon sea creatures. He can summon a squid that darkens the screen and limits your visibility with ink. While it doesn't harm you, try to get rid of the squid so your screen isn't too hard to see. He can summon a shark which takes up half the dock space from the left. Finally, he also summons fish dogs that move across the dock from the right to the left. After enough damage, the ship will start to attack by spitting out cannonballs. In the final phase, the ship will open its mouth in full, and you will have to attack this uvula. The ship can attack by spitting out fireballs that traverse in loop-like patterns or do a kamehameha wave, forcing you to crouch. In the Perilous Piers, the last and final coin is missable. You will have to time your parry while riding the squid to get the coin. I found it best to use the Super Rs2 on this run and gun level to help get to the end. The Mausoleum in Aisle 3 grants Cuphead or Mugman the ability to maneuver spirit and body simultaneously for maximum damage. In short, I think it increases your damage, but I never use it, so I'm not quite sure. In the Maurine Corps, you will fight Werner Werman. In Phase 1, he rides a can opener that has one of 3 attacks. He uses a catapult to shoot pink parryable guns and other junk. He launches 2 pink springs that you can parry to jump higher when he charges to the other side. Lastly, he can shoot a bomb that spits into fire once it hits the ground. In Phase 2, he moves to the center and his can is busted open. The edges of the map are surrounded by bottle caps and the open plank creates a platform you can access. In the second phase, Werner will move up and down and shoot fire in both the left and the right. At the same time, fast spinning bottle caps will move toward the map, limiting your mobility. The wooden stakes holding the bottle caps do not have a hitbox, so you can freely move through if needed. In phase 3, he gets eaten by a cat. The cat has 2 attacks. He can stretch his arms out trying to attack you. The direction of the attack is indicated by his hand. After his hand is gone, wood pieces will fall from the ground in the opposite direction. He can also summon 2 ghost mice that can throw pink permeable balls. Like the bomb, it splits when it hits the floor. The Rugged Ridge will be the last run and gun level for Cuphead. The third coin on the moving platform with the dragon is missable, so make sure to pay attention during the descent. The fifth coin while getting chased by the giant is also missable, so make sure to get the coin before moving forward. In the Junkyard Jive, you will fight against Dr. Kale's robot. The robot is pretty unique as there are 3 distinct hitboxes for the first phase, and once all parts are destroyed, they become even stronger and limit your mobility much worse. The antenna shoots out a large laser, the chest sends a permeable laser machine that you cannot escape, and the bottom door sends out little ships that travel in S-shaped patterns. Destroying the antenna will cause the mouth to open and shoot out bolts. Destroying the center will cause the arms to attack from the back, and either hold a magnet disturbing your movement or twist his arms and attack with energy balls. Destroying the bottom door creates homing bombs to spawn. Try to destroy all parts so that you can expose the heart and move to phase 2 as quickly as you can. Phase 2 is relatively simple. The robot head flies around top left to bottom right while sending bombs that can be easily avoided. In Phase 3, the robot will shoot lasers from a crystal. It's somewhat hard to dodge, and the added vertical platforms increase the difficulty. Different color laser from the crystal is parryable, but not recommended. Continue to dodge and use the straight shooter and eventually will win. Before moving on, there is also a secret path to the other side of the map by going around the garage. In Dramatic Fanatic, you will fight against Sally's stage play. She is, in my opinion, the easiest boss in Inkwell Out 3. In Phase 1, she has 3 attacks. She can blow parryable hearts that travel in a wave-like pattern. She can jump and traverse diagonally. She can also teleport, which is not too much to worry about. Finally, she throws a fan in the air. Since this is a stage play, each phase is denoted by the end of a stage act and to a new scene. In Phase 2, babies will randomly drop bottles from the window. Sally can summon little mice toys from her parasol, which climb up the ceiling and drop down on you. Additionally, she will continue to throw fans as she did in Phase 1. In Phase 3, her attacks are televised on the upper left corner. Meteor summons a meteor from the sky. Shooting it reveals a parryable star. Lightning summons multiple lightning then hone into your character, but is relatively easy to dodge. Big Wave sends a giant wave from the left to the right. The smoke bomb allows you to pass through easily. In Phase 4, the carousel will constantly be spinning trying to attack you while Sally is showered with roses. Some roses are parryable, but be careful not to damage yourself going for the parries. Additionally, Sally has a secret phase, which is arguably harder to initiate than the original boss fight. In the first phase, after you parry her kiss, you can land on the 2 angel platforms, causing the ceiling to fall onto the groom. Instead of babies, nuns will appear throwing rulers. After beating Sally, and if you got A's in all bosses so far, you can talk to the Fork NPC to gain a new visual mode for the game. If you talk to the turtle NPC near the docks, and if you have a pacifist rating in all the run and gun levels, you will get the pacifist achievement, as well as the new visual and audio mode for the game. There is also a hidden coin behind the stall behind the shop. In the High Seas hi-jinx, you will fight Kala Maria. In Phase 1, she can summon a variety of animals and spirits to attack you. When she goes down the water, she will come out with a fish. A red one shoots out bullet projectiles and eventually slips away from Carla. She can summon a turtle that launches a mine that splits into mini projectiles. She can summon a pirate spirit from her mouth that launches towards you. Use your mini mode to dodge out of the way. She can summon a seahorse that spits water at you. While it does not damage you, it does make it harder to traverse downward. Another type of fish that she can summon is yellow. A yellow fish shoots out an electric eel which follows you for a brief period of time. Finally, she can summon pufferfish that rise from the ocean to the sky. Each attack is easy to avoid, but different combinations may cause some challenge. In Phase 2, she can use her eyes to turn you into stone. Wiggle your controller to break free. While her gaze cannot damage you, there will be electric eels around her that will shoot out electric pebbles. The eels can be killed, and lastly, only Carla's head has a hitbox, so make sure to stay above and hit only her head. In Phase 3, she discards her body and becomes a floating head. Now you are taken into a cavern with zigzag rock pattern formations and vertical obstacles you need to dodge. The skulls she sends out are easy to dodge, but timing may be off since she can still turn you into stone with her gaze. In Railroad Wrath, you will fight against the Phantom Express, the final boss of Inkwell Isle 3. In this fight, you will be riding a cart that can change positions by parrying pink ends. In phases 1 through 3, there will occasionally be flying pumpkins with parryable bricks trying to adjust the cart's location. In phase 1, you will fight the blind specter that shoots out his eyeballs at you. The eyeballs can be damaged, and if you stay on the far left, it should be an easy first phase. In Phase 2, you will be fighting the conductor. Only his head will have a hitbox, and you'll have to maneuver your cart underneath the conductor's head to deal damage and to avoid damage from his hands. In Phase 3, you will fight against the Lollipop Ghouls. They each attack one at a time and they will spit out lightning from their side all the way to the other side. You will also have to change the cart's location to avoid the attack. Additionally, there will be ghouls that pop up from the chimney that haunt you. If you kill them, they drop a parryable skull. Be careful, if they land on the cart, they can change the location of the cart. In Phase 4, you will fight against the head of the train. The train head does not have an active hitbox. Instead, you'll have to parry its tail to open the compartment to its heart. He can shoot out flaming bone wheels, and while his heart is exposed, can summon fireballs. Once you beat the head of the train, you can move on to Inkwell Isle Hell.